228 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, where we talk book news, author news, and literary news, but this time in the year 2020.
That's right. We finally did it. We're here.
We finally made it 20 years past the most futuristic date, 2000.
Yeah.
And now we're just riding those
I was trying to think, there must be movies that are set in 2020, in the year 2020.
Maybe.
But I can't think of any.
I can't think of any either.
Back to the Future is old news. It was like 5 years ago.
Every movie from 2000 on that's said in the near future.
We're
the
there.
Not too distant future. Yeah.
Somewhere in time and space?
Yeah.
That's Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
But maybe that is now.
No. The first X-Men movie, which is 20 years old this year.
That's
said,
great, yeah.
Not too distant future. Or the near future. I can't remember.
Huh.
Had a little subtitle.
So it could be now.
Sometimes it was in World War II.
That's hard to believe. 20 years since that X-Men movie came out.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Michael Fassbender has aged incredibly.
Like Paul Rudd?
Well, considering that he was playing Magneto in the year 2000.
Yes, I see.
And now he looks like he does today.
That's a deep cut.
Can you imagine? Save
that for previously on X-Men. We have no place for X-Men humor here. Eric, how the heck are you?
Pretty good.
Did you have a good New Year's? Did you have a good holiday overall?
Yeah.
I did too.
How was the end of your 2019?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah. Went out with a bang.
Yeah. Do you want to talk Star Wars at all?
Sure. Go
All
ahead.
right. You want to get into book news then?
What? We're in book news?
Bookmark, I mean?
Sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think we got to talk a little bit of Star Wars. We both saw it separately. We learned our lesson in the past. But we did see it.
I didn't see Solo with you.
No, you didn't.
Or Rogue One.
No. Not since Force Awakens, I don't think, have we seen a Star
we
Wars.
saw Last Jedi together. Yes, we did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right, we did with my brother and sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Okay. Anyway, I liked it, and I think you didn't. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It definitely played on a lot of nostalgia,
Yes.
which worked for me. Like,
did it play on anything else?
Well,
just kidding.
No, that's fair. I mean, that's fair. I think it did really like try to tug on the heartstrings. I felt like it was a decent conclusion to things. I don't know. I was happy with it. I had a good time. I had a good time throughout. When you sit back and you look over the movie and see the things they did and some of the things that were a little cringeworthy, it's easy to be like, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. But I feel like as an overall product, I liked it. I was happy with it. But you're the opposite.
Yeah.
Elements or characters that you enjoyed?
I mean, while it was on, I was fine.
Uh-huh.
But like every 5 minutes, I'm like, well, that's silly.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's stupid.
Uh-huh.
And then when it was over, I'm like, well, I have no emotional response to this film. So
well, that's too bad.
Product feels correct.
So of the new trilogy, would you rate them Last Jedi, Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, this is the only Star Wars this is the only one of the new trilogy that I left like being like, I just didn't like it. So my
brother had the same reaction.
I liked Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I liked The Last Jedi. I liked Rogue One.
Yeah.
But this one did not do much for me. I don't think I like J.J. Abrams in general.
That's fair.
So
that's true. I mean, you've made that comment before because you don't like Super 8, which is another very nostalgic, throwback sort of movie. What other J.J. movies? You don't like any J.J. movies?
What other? I mean, Mission Impossible 3 is fine.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it anybody's favorite Mission Impossible?
No. No one.
So
Carrie Russell's maybe?
What? Yeah, you're right. What else has he done? There's something else that I've seen.
They're
right?
out there.
No, that Cloverfield's not his, technically.
Isn't it the first Cloverfield, J.J. Abrams?
No.
Okay.
All right. Well, he produced it. The guy who did something else did Cloverfield 1.
Well, there was enough. There was enough for me to enjoy the new Star Wars movie, and there's not a ton.
Look, everybody else loves it.
Oh, okay.
So that's
Is
good.
that true? I thought it was pretty divided on
It seems like the major voice now, as opposed to Last Jedi, where it had one side fervently defending it and the other side tearing it down. This one seems to be mostly the masses saying this is good, and anyone who disagrees is a poopy head.
You know what?
Anyone who disagrees is usually a poopy head too.
Would you like to hear the thing that's stupid that we forgot that J.J. Abrams directed?
What?
Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
It's Star Trek Into Darkness.
Well, I do like the first Star Trek.
I love
but
that.
I did not like Into Darkness.
So what's your favorite J.J. movie then?
What's my... You son of a... You've got a pair on you.
So what would it be?
My favorite J.J. Abrams
so what
movie
is it? Which one is it?
It's Force Awakens.
More than Star Trek? Chris Pine reboot Star Trek?
Oh, fine. It's that one.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, me too.
You know why? Because that was written by other people, and he directed it.
I see.
And this is like J.J. Abrams coming in. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Fair enough.
Do you know?
Fair enough.
You probably don't care. Originally, before they just started the path of firing every director they ever had, it was originally going to be a director for each movie. It was going to be J.J., Rian Johnson, and then Colin Trevorrow.
That's right.
But he got He got fired.
Got the can.
So
Ron Howard was not available for this one, I guess.
no,
Okay. All right. All right.
he would have quite a pair on him to come back. For Star
Probably,
Wars.
yeah.
Howard.
So there's, like I said, there's not a ton of stuff to go with this. I mean, the soundtrack's out there. The novelization for the movie's not coming out until March.
Yeah, that was the same
So,
way with last. I guess
I
it's
know,
like a
it's-
spoiler thing.
I guess, but
Honestly, I
Very
feel like
bizarre.
there's nothing to spoil in this movie. But I don't know. It's weird that they don't have like any like side books or anything.
yeah. I mean, there's there's some road to
Yeah,
Rise
you
of
get the posters, I
Skywalker,
guess.
which- yeah, you have
You
that.
feel- yeah.
You have that. Anyway,
Yeah, I saw that
let's.
the soundtrack isn't even a complete soundtrack.
Is it not?
It's missing a few tracks from like big scenes in this movie
Huh.
that they just didn't put on. I guess the same
Interesting.
thing with the Solo film,
Weird.
which it's strange. It's like, why wouldn't you
Just do
appeal? If anybody's
Yeah.
going to buy a physical copy of your movie soundtrack, it's going to be Star Wars
Yeah.
fans. So strange.
Yeah, double disc it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right? Yeah.
Let's get into actual books. Some of the books we finished over the break. I had to go through and sort of weed mine out because we haven't actually done a bookmark segment in 3 episodes.
That's true. If
So-
people go back and listen for the past 3 episodes, you might notice a little discrepancies because we did record those out of order.
wildly out of
Yeah.
order, like in exact reverse order.
Yeah. So every now and
Interesting.
then there's like a small reference to something that hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
key listeners.
Yeah. Yeah. Untangle that web.
Yeah.
Always fun to have Bo Hutchings with us for the Christmas book club.
That's what I'm
Had a
told.
great time with that. You didn't enjoy it. You didn't have
Hey.
a good time.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Trademark Bo. All right. So I just picked a couple
Mama
here
Sal.
that I thought I would.
You know, I learned
What?
Bo's not from the South.
No, he's not.
For some reason, I thought he was, but
Oh,
that doesn't make any
he's
sense
from
because he's like a
Michigan.
childhood friend of yours.
Just like me. Yeah.
But I guess with
Yeah.
the name like Bo,
Listen,
and he read the Southern book,
Don't
I
be
just assumed.
don't be put off by the title Christmas Book Club 2 because it's January. If you haven't listened to that episode, go back and listen to it because I think it's fun year round. Here are some of the things that I read that I will mention. So leading up to Rise of Skywalker, I read a juvenile book called Spark of the Resistance by Justina Ireland. And this was sort of
There weren't even a lot of these.
no, there weren't.
Like with the Last Jedi, there were like 5 books
I know.
leading up.
Yeah. I know.
It's
That's what I
weird.
mean. It's really strange. I don't understand it. But this was a junior level book, and it just kind of has the main gang of the new movies getting together and going on a little low stakes mission. So it was fun. It was a fun, quick read. I read Gwendy's Magic Feather by Richard Chismar. So this is the sequel that nobody asked for to Gwendy's Button Box.
Yeah, that book was pretty much self-contained.
It was. I mean, Gwendy's Button Box, which was co-written by Stephen King, was really like a Twilight Zone episode in book form.
Yeah, it
I think
didn't-
was kind of the vibe they were going for. It
Just- yeah.
wasn't scary, but it sat fine. Like I enjoyed
Gwendy's
it.
life was like the story was done.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
And so this one, the whole time, I listened to this on audio, and it was very short, and it did nothing to me. It was just like, I don't know, I just didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
Like you went back to the button box. There was a lot of familiar themes, and we had this element of Gwendy's magic feather, and it is just among the most unnecessary sequels out there. And that's in a year where Top Gun 2 is coming out.
Oh my
And I'm
gosh.
saying
I don't know
this
who that is for.
is one of the most
you know what?
unnecessary sequels.
I said I don't know who that's for when I saw the trailer for the new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
But then I recently saw the new Jumanji, which also, but like the trailer happened and like it ended and everybody was like talking and like, oh, I'm going to see that
Wow.
and laughing. I'm like, what are you doing?
Ghostbusters is
This-
a boat that I've just completely missed.
This almost killed me though.
Yeah, really?
After the trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife,
Yeah.
which is technically, you should think of it as Ghostbusters 3.
Right.
Not to be connected to Ghostbusters 2016.
Right.
I heard somebody in the back say, I keep hoping they're going to make a Ghostbusters 2, referring to a sequel to
Right.
Ghostbusters 2016. And I'm
Right.
just like, what is this world?
Strange.
If we're in here.
Yeah, I don't know. The Ghostbusters fandom, like I said, is one that's just never
I've never understood
creeped
it.
its way into my life.
I've never really got how like Ghostbusters is like a franchise
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
It's just a movie.
What are you going to do?
I guess I watched the cartoon as a kid,
Did you?
though. So the
Okay.
real Ghostbusters, not the
Right.
monkey one.
Yeah, it's a fake one. Okay. I got for Christmas a new graphic novel called Star Trek The Q Conflict. And this is about where Q basically gets all of the different crews together. And they have to kind of
Q.
compete. He mixes up the crews and they have to compete.
Oh.
So it's kind of a corny premise, but I
Who
thought
wins?
it'll still be fun.
Oh, did they all win through diplomacy?
But it wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun.
No, it wasn't.
To have like Kirk be like, yeah, all right, I'll
Yeah,
just
come
punch
on,
these other
7 of
captains.
9. Let's go and drive the Enterprise together. No, it wasn't.
What?
It wasn't fun. You're welcome to read it if you want.
Well, if it's not fun,
I'm forcing you to do a Star Trek Next Gen spotlight, so
That's-
you're welcome to read
that's
this.
shocking. that you could get like Janeway and Kirk
Do you want to read it?
and then not have it be fun. No, I
I
don't
know.
want to read it.
Okay.
You, the Star Trek
know.
fan in my life,
I know. Hey, thanks, man.
didn't find it. Just seemed. Do you not like Q in general though?
I do.
Would your wife like this book?
No, I don't think she would because there's really no point to it.
You know
It's
who would
not
hate
fun.
this then?
Who?
My wife, because she hates Q. Oh yeah.
Don't let Q hear her say that. I also read Superman Reborn. So I've been real lukewarm on the Superman titles post New 52. And this was just, you've been leading up to what's going on with Superman, like what's this whole storyline. And this was supposed to be the big reveal, and it was so lackluster and so dull. It did nothing to make this series work. I don't know why suddenly the world just can't handle Superman. I don't know what it's about.
You could probably look towards the White House and figure that out.
Okay. What do you want to talk? Do you want to talk Frank Miller right now while we're talking
Oh, my
about people
word.
screwing up Superman?
Oh my gosh.
Frank Miller
Talk about unnecessary.
did a Superman Year One, which I read a few months back, but I haven't said anything about it because I wanted your fresh take, not jaded by my own. So
So this story is like 4 parts.
Yeah.
And each part gets consecutively less interesting / worse
Right.
than each part.
yeah,
So like it starts out fine with his time in Smallville.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can accept this. It's kind of weird in its own
and
way.
then we're like in the Mermaid Kingdom with
Well,
Lori
then he
Lamaris.
joins the military,
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Navy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe there's something there. But I'm
Yeah.
like, would Clark really like?
Yeah.
He's like, is just the way he like Clark is just so hoo-ha
Yeah.
for the military.
Right.
It's so strange.
Yeah,
And then and then a mermaid adventure
Yeah.
with like a weird incest plot,
yeah.
and then whatever happens in Metropolis.
Yeah.
It's not a Superman story
No, it's
anymore.
not.
It's all. It almost just felt like Batman v Superman,
Right.
but through Frank Miller's eyes.
was-
except it didn't end. At least
it-
that movie had the
It's
decency to
not
end.
a. I mean, to call it a Year One is insane because if you've never
So
read
crazy.
Superman before, like if you're not familiar with Batman and you pick up Frank Miller's Batman Year One, that's an excellent place to start. I think
This is terrible. Yeah.
If you picked up this, you'd be like, "So who is this guy? He's like a mermaid-loving
he
naval
marries
officer?"
a mermaid,
Right,
and then is like, but then he leaves.
right. It's insane.
I don't know.
It's terrible.
There's no ending.
No,
They talk to Lex Luthor, and then he
It's-
goes out to space.
it's terrible.
Is
It's
he threatening a sequel?
among the worst Superman stories I've ever read.
On the other hand, though, if this was just a wordless art book by John Romita Jr., it'd be pretty good.
Agreed.
Because Romita puts in some of his like best Superman work or best work I've seen in a
Yeah,
long time.
yeah.
So
It is
it's kind of crazy.
It has a really strong look. That's true.
It's too bad. Can you imagine like getting this script and be like, oh no, I gotta illustrate this.
I just don't understand why. Like you look at the comic book landscape and you think, who hates Superman the most?
yeah,
Frank Miller.
Yeah,
Let's give him like a prestige hardcover Superman origin.
Frank
It
Miller
just
and
makes
Zack
no-
Snyder team up for.
Honestly, it makes no sense.
They have a well, Zack Snyder's super inspired by Frank Miller's
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well,
the
that's fair.
'80s comic books ended in the '80s according to Zack Snyder.
Oh, really? Well, so that's it from. Well, I've read a bunch of more nonsense, but I'm not going to get into it. I'm currently reading Riptide by Paul S. Kemp. This is a Star Wars book.
There's
for
a
my-
yellow
for
lightsaber
my
on the
book
cover.
club. Yeah, yellow lightsaber. Yep. And I've been reading through the rebirth era of Green Arrow, and I'm up to Volume 4, Green Arrow Volume 4, Rise of Star City. And I haven't liked a Green Arrow comic in quite a while, but surprisingly, this rebirth run is actually kind of doing it for me.
Yeah, I've heard
So-
great things about it.
It's pretty good, and it
He's got a goatee back, or he's not like
Yes.
the weird like Silicon Valley.
exactly yes, it's
Arrow.
much more classic Green Arrow,
Right.
but they're also incorporating just lightly incorporating some elements and characters that are in the show. Like it's not paralleled with the show at all, and those characters don't really even like they don't feel necessarily like the same characters, but they're doing
Right.
they're using some that the TV show is using, and it's nice. I think it's
Yeah.
a nice thing to do. But anyway, I'm up to Volume 4, Rise of Star City,
Right.
and we do have this run in the collection. So
We have the
check
whole
it out.
run, yeah.
Yep.
That and the Flash.
Yep, we're current with both of those. And then finally, I want to mention I watched Watchmen on HBO. Yeah, I'm the one who watches the Watchmen. Yeah.
Watches.
So I
man.
read the Alan Moore graphic novel many years ago, and it was
Yeah, you're not a fan.
no, it was. I mean, it's darker and
Mhm.
just not my thing. I like the mystery element of it. I like the whole like
Oh yeah.
the noir vibe and like whatever Rorschach's got going on. Like
Yeah.
there are elements that I liked about it.
Yeah.
I never saw the Zack Snyder movie.
Oh man, it's fine except for Zack Snyder misses the entire point about like the violence in the book.
That
Whereas
makes sense.
Alan Moore is like, see, when you give a bunch of crazy people costumes and tell them to be vigilantes, they do terrible things to people.
Yeah.
And Zack Snyder's like, look how cool this bone is when it snaps.
Oh, I see.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
So the show is set like 40 years after the comic.
Yes.
And it was actually pretty solid. I'm not an aficionado of Watchmen. Like I don't have some encyclopedia knowledge of this comic or the movie, of course. But I still was pretty, like, I was able to follow it and everything. I think it's better if you know the comic a little better. I did have to like give some background for my wife, and we looked up a few things as things went on. But I think overall it works pretty well on its own, and is a very compelling series overall.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
I don't think it's always like 100% right, and I think there are some things that you're kind of left being like, well, what was that all about? But I think as a whole package, it's a really tight, cohesive, like 9 episodes. So I liked it. Are you
I can't watch anybody
Yeah,
hit anyone over the head with a wrench anymore.
Okay.
I'm done with
Fair enough.
TV violence.
Okay.
I guess.
All right. Well, that's it for me. What about you? What have you been up
You know
to?
what? I did I watched The Witcher over
okay.
the break.
Which
so.
we're, thanks to Eric, I think maybe the only library in our system who has the whole Witcher set.
Woo!
So that's cool.
And it's all checked out.
Yeah.
Including the newest book, which I read, Season of Storms. This is a prequel book.
It's not called Season of the Witcher.
No.
Must be
You want it to be. I know.
Yeah.
You want it to be more than anything.
I do. Is Nick
Season
Cage
of
in it?
Storms takes place in between the 2 short story collections, The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny.
You know, you make fun of me for compiling all my Beatles albums and being like, this is this version, this is this. Witcher is like...
I know. You know what I found out recently?
What?
And I read it as it was supposed to be like an obvious thing. The short story collections, they're collected out of order.
Like,
so
internally.
The Last Wish, the stories in The Last Wish are out of order chronologically.
But they're in like the order that they were written?
Yeah.
Okay.
So but I read that somewhere and it's like, oh, that's very well known. I'm like, okay. So anyway, it doesn't matter. All you need to know is that Season of Storms, which is a newest Witcher book, it came out in 2013 in Poland. We got it 2018. It's good. It's probably my favorite Witcher book since The Last Wish because it's a contained story, but he does multiple things during the book.
Okay.
So it's not just like dealing with this one king or this big war for the whole book. He's going different places. He does multiple. He takes care of multiple monsters during this story. So this is more in line what I would like as opposed to those like 5 high fantasy political things that I read before. Anyway, Season of Storm was good.
I feel like The Witcher is going to be the next like Game of Thrones in that it's a thing that everybody likes that I don't know anything about. I don't have a window into. I guess you can be my window. You can be my lens.
Is that not a song from the 90s? Let me be your lens.
Woo!
I read Among Others by Joe Walton, which is a fantasy book that won the Hugo a few years back. It's kind of a coming-of-age story about a girl leaving her crazy witch mother and living...
Wait, but not The Witcher.
Not The Witcher.
Okay.
She's living in not home anymore, and she's going to a new school. She's learning to grow up, but she's also big into sci-fi and fantasy books, and so there's a lot of that. It's kind of a love letter to both the genres.
Yes.
It was good. I liked it. Back to The Witcher. I read this bit. We have this in our collection as well, The Witcher Omnibus graphic novel.
Yeah, that's right.
We have it because I thought I was buying volume 1, but this is actually 3 volumes of the comic plus like a standalone. It's good. Didn't really change. There's a story in The Last Wish about a Striga, which is like a vampire monster that was also in the show, that is also in the first game, which is also told in this comic. I'm done with that story. I never need to see that story again.
All right.
I read volume 32 of The Walking Dead.
Is that the final volume?
Rest in Peace. It's the last volume.
Would you say it's the final volume?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I think this would have had more of an impact on me 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah.
10 years after the original X-Men movie came out.
Yes.
Okay.
Just because, like, I was going back through my old reviews of the volumes, and, like, I was burnt out of this series years ago, but I've just been reading it out of loyalty.
Right.
So I don't personally find the ending incredibly satisfying.
Okay. Does it turn out they're not zombies anymore? Do they get, like, a zombie cure?
Turns out they were never zombies.
Really?
Yeah.
That it was just a commentary.
Yeah. But I mean, it's glad that it just went on too long. The series it went on
That
too long,
happens.
and because it
That
had this
happens.
anybody can die mentality, it meant by like halfway through the series, no one was left that I cared about.
Oh,
it was all just like new characters
that's
that
not
were
great.
like, that's fine, but like I had lost like my anchor points.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I finished Mechanical Failure by Joe Zaija, the comedy, the sci-fi comedy. It
Yeah.
was funny
okay,
the
yeah.
whole way through. It's just hard for me to get into like the plot of like a comedy book
Okay.
because I'm like, well, this is silly.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I mean, I was
What
cracking
about
up
like
all
The
the way to
Martian?
the end.
Were you laughing at The Martian?
Yeah, The Martian was funny, different, but that was very like the plot was the goal.
Okay.
It was kind of shocking to read this and be like, this is like really funny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it to like stay funny to the very end.
That's cool.
I also read Star Wars Omnibus Boba Fett.
Oh.
It was a huge
Boba
collection of Boba Fett comics. It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from like 95 to whenever Disney took
Do
over.
they all end with him falling into a Sarlacc pit?
Everyone, yeah. It's
Oh
like,
no!
not today.
Not again!
They never address it in the comics.
Huh.
Oh, you know what? Well, he shows up again in Dark Empire,
Hmm.
which was like the first comic after Marvel, and that kind of showed him out of the Sarlacc pit. And I guess
Okay.
maybe I don't know when
We've just accepted that.
they must say it
Okay.
in something.
Sure.
Maybe it's in one of the tales or whatnot. But
Yeah.
anyways, some of them were better than others. I've been reading like X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue.
Okay.
Weapon X.
Mhm.
So I read those and WMD, Weapons of Mutant Destruction, which is the first appearance of Weapon H, which is a Hulk Wolverine genetically
Like they
hybrid
had a child
thing.
together?
No.
They finally
No.
that will they won't they chemistry of Hulk and Wolverine.
Weapon X finally put together they turned somebody into the Hulk but with adamantium bones and claws. It's just
Okay.
I just don't. If I was Marvel, I'm like, oh wait, this is too much and it's dumb. And now why do we have a Hulk or a Wolverine?
Yeah.
It's just one of those like overpowered things. Maybe because Marvel doesn't have a Superman, they don't have a good gauge of
Fair enough.
what's overpowered.
Yes.
And so they're like,
Yes. That could be.
and also I'm reading Arthur C.
Don't they have what's his name? From like the
Sentry?
Squadrons. Yeah, okay, yeah. Sentry.
Oh,
What about him?
Hyperion.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they get like Superman figures, but
Yes.
they're just
They don't
yeah.
have a central figure. Who's
Yeah.
Superman-esque. Okay.
So they can just keep raising the bar in power until like things get too far. I don't know. Anyway, Arthur C. Clarke's Childhood's End is what I'm reading right now.
Okay.
I picked it up because I wanted to read a Hugo winner after reading Among Others, only to realize it's not a Hugo winner unless you count the Retro Hugo Awards, which I tend not to care about
You don't care about him at all.
because it's just like people last year were like, oh, you know what was also good? That's it.
Okay.
That's the end of the bit.
You were really winding up there,
Yeah.
and I didn't know, but
Childhood's End.
no.
So that's it.
Okay. Shall we roll into some book news?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have to start with some sad book news. And that is the passing of Agatha Raisin author
Oh.
M.C. Beaton, passed away at the age of 83. These books,
Wow. When was that?
just recently.
Goodness.
Yeah, since we've had episodes in the can, this has happened. But the Agatha Raisin show on Acorn is doing great, and everybody loves it. These books, Hamish Macbeth and Agatha Raisin, continue to be. I mean, they're popular every year as they've come out. Their popularity, I don't think, has really decreased at all. I mean, they're still a go-to. They're still bestsellers. So these have been really, really popular all along the way. She's basically the queen of the cozy mystery. I mean, that's
yeah.
I feel like in a lot of ways she set the tone for that genre and has been a really powerful force in some of the most popular mysteries that are out there for decades now. So it's a real loss to that literary world, and we have tons of her books here in the collection. So if you're a fan of MC Beaton and want to come in and revisit some of her classics, we can certainly help you out. If you've never read her before, they're a lot of fun. So come and check them out. We've done some for book clubs in the past and all that, but that's the passing of MC Beaton. Let's talk about some awards.
Nic and Eric present the awards.
Oh yeah. Golden Globes won or did a thing.
Yes.
Gave us
all
some
right. So
things
I'm
to
going to
people who
go
won.
through. We were talking about this a little off mic, and neither one of us really have a horse in this race, right? I mean,
We watched it on YouTube live.
you actually watched it.
Well, some of it.
Okay.
I didn't watch a lot.
All right.
At like 9 o'clock, I was like, I'm out.
So I'm going to give you some of the highlights.
Ricky
here.
Gervais had a pretty funny monologue
Did he?
opening, where he basically called them all hypocrites and like, you guys are working for Netflix and Disney and Amazon. Don't make a political speech. You're working for Apple, and you hypocrites.
Yikes.
And then people were laughing at him like, they're not. This isn't going to change anything.
Right.
Whatever. But it's nice to hear. They're stupid. Well, it's like how
what a great intro to discuss the Golden Globe Awards.
I think Kate Blanchett was one who, during the Oscars, gave a speech about making movies, like actual movies. Otherwise, we're all going to end up in capes and everything. And then she was in Thor Ragnarok. So it's just kind of like, okay, you have a moral stance until the paycheck comes in.
You're really taking it to Kate Blanchett there.
No, I love Kate Blanchett.
Best performance by an actor in a television series, musical, or comedy went to Rami Youssef for the show Rami. I always see ads for this on Hulu, and I've never actually watched
It's Hulu. I thought it was Netflix.
I don't think so.
I don't know anything.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge won for Fleabag.
Again.
I have seen Fleabag.
Oh, she won an Emmy.
Yes, and this is the Golden Globe. Yeah, for actress in a television series, musical, or
Right.
comedy. Fleabag, I didn't really know much about it. It's much dirtier than I thought.
Oh, yeah. And you saw Solo.
So that was a surprise.
She plays the droid.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's funny. I didn't even put that together.
Yeah. It's a pretty dirty droid, too.
That's
a lot of
true.
filthy things.
You're right. Best performance by an actor in a television series for drama went to Brian Cox in Succession, a show that I know nothing about.
We have it
but
here in the collection.
I know we do. Best performance by an actress in a television series went to Olivia Colman for The Crown. I don't know The Crown, but I love Olivia Colman in Broadchurch.
I don't know The Crown, but I
others.
do know Crazy.
Thank you.
No problem.
Best performance by an actor in a limited series or motion picture made for television, Russell Crowe in The Loudest Voice.
Good for him.
You fan of Russell Crowe?
I'm glad he finally found work to match his frame.
My gosh. Best performance
I'm
by
out for the stars
Seriously,
tonight.
You're
I'm
real-
shooting
a
the
regular
stars,
Ricky
yeah.
Gervais over here. Best performance by an actress in a limited series or motion picture made for television went to Michelle Williams for Fosse Verdon. Michelle Williams, star of Venom.
Venom.
Best television limited series or motion picture made for television went to Chernobyl, which your wife, past guest to the show, Kendra Mickles, big fan of the show.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
correct?
She thought. I mean, I think when it was airing, it was technically the highest rated show ever.
Really?
Not ratings wise, but like critically.
Oh,
There had never
okay.
been a show that had like
Wow.
done as well.
Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in a series, limited series, or motion picture made for television is Patricia Arquette for The Act. Best performance by an actor in the same category went to Stellan Skarsgård for Chernobyl. Best television series drama went to, here are the nominees, Big Little Lies, The Crown, Killing Eve,
Yep.
Morning Show,
Oh.
and Succession. Do you know who won?
Succession.
You're right. Best television series, musical, or comedy, Barry, Fleabag, The Kaminsky Method, The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and The Politician. Do you know who won?
I don't remember.
Fleabag.
Oh, okay.
Movies. Best motion picture, musical, or comedy. Dolomite Is My Name. Rocket Man. Knives Out. Jojo Rabbit. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. What would you have given it to?
Out of that,
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know.
Dolomite's a well-made movie.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
I don't know.
But,
the musical
I mean,
of
so is
comedy
Knives Out,
thing
you
is
know.
so strange.
The winner was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Sure.
You feel good about that?
I enjoyed that movie about 50 to 75% of the time.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Best motion picture drama.
Oh.
The nominees include The Irishman, which we saw.
Mm-hmm.
I like that quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage Story, 1917, Joker, and The Two Popes. Joker and the Two Popes is not one title. It's two.
Joker and the Two
Popes.
Popes. Yeah.
The winner was 1917, which I do want to see.
Really? Wow.
That's high on my list.
Ricky Gervais had another funny joke where he said they were going to show a short clip from The Irishman. It's only 88 minutes long.
Best motion picture foreign language went to Parasite, which I've been hearing a ton about.
Yeah,
Parasite.
I still have to see it, but it's going to be on DVD here soon.
Okay.
So.
Best screenplay motion picture went to Quentin Tarantino in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's see. Best original song went to I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man.
Yeah, it's an original song Elton John wrote for the movie.
Okay. That's
So.
kind of meta. Best
Yeah.
original score went to the score for Joker. Hildur Guttennatter wrote that one. Best actor in a supporting role in any motion picture, so just any.
Uh-huh.
We had Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes, Al Pacino and Joe Pesci both for The Irishman, and the winner was Brad Pitt.
In what?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Weird.
Best actress in a supporting role. Nominees include Kathy Bates, Annette Bening, Jennifer Lopez, Margot Robbie, but the winner was Laura Dern for Jurassic Park.
Yeah. My
The Marriage Story.
My
Sorry.
wife, as you said, past guest of the show,
Yes, Kendra.
has been making some dangerous mistakes by constantly saying, "Look, it's Laura Linney," when pointing at Laura Dern.
no.
And I was like, "This is not a fun thing you're doing.
That's not
This
fun.
is unhealthy."
Is she doing it on purpose or not?
No, she just or you know what she called Laura Dern one time?
What?
She said Laura Linney. I was like, "No, that's not Laura Linney." She's like, "Oh, I meant the other Laura," and I was like, "Get out!
You were
Get out right
you
now!"
weren't a fan. Okay. Best Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Nominees include Daniel Craig, Roman Griffith Davis, Leonardo DiCaprio, Eddie Murphy, but the winner was Taron Egerton for Rocket Man.
Huh.
I think Eddie Murphy deserved to win.
Rami Malek win the Oscar for actor for
Did he?
Bohemian?
I
thought
hope
he
that's
did.
not true, but
No,
it
I think
sounds
that's what
right.
happened.
Best Motion Picture Animated, Frozen 2. How to Train Your... Really? They're still making How to Train Your
This was
Dragon
the third
movies.
one. This was the
Oh my
last one.
gosh. How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, Missing Link, Toy Story 4, and The Lion King. Suddenly it's not the live-action Lion King.
Yeah, it's
the
animated.
animated
Yeah,
Lion
they know
King.
what's up.
I thought Toy Story 4 was great.
Yeah.
I thought I had no desire to see another Toy Story movie, and that completely won me over.
Yeah.
So
Turned out Toy Story 4 was the real Missing Link.
I guess so.
Which one?
Missing Link 1, which I...
Yeah.
Did,
I haven't seen it.
Did anybody like that? I guess I didn't really hear anything.
Golden Globes did.
Okay. Best Actor in a Motion Picture for Drama.
It's Missing Link. I think is the Wallace and Gromit group.
Okay.
So usually
All right.
their stuff's always good.
Best
Did you see Flushed
Actor-
Away?
No.
It's pretty funny.
Okay. Best Actor in a Motion Picture. The nominees include Christian Bale, Antonio Banderas, Adam Driver, Joaquin Phoenix, and Jonathan Pryce. The winner, Joaquin Phoenix for The Joker. Did Heath Ledger also win for The Joker? He won an Academy Award?
He won a posthumous award.
Right. Boy, somewhere Jack Nicholson is like, "Come on, man." You know, he's not happy. Best Actress in a Motion Picture. Cynthia Erivo for Harriet, Scarlett Johansson for Marriage Story, Saoirse Ronan for Little Women, Charlize Theron for Bombshell, and the winner was Renee Zellweger for Judy.
Oh yeah.
Best Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. There's a lot of these. Awkwafina, Ana de Armas, Kate Blanchett. Oh, look out. Don't yell at her. Beanie Feldstein, Emma Thompson, and the winner was Awkwafina for The Farewell.
Hmm.
Best Director in a Motion Picture went to Sam Mendes for 1917. And that's it for this year's Golden Globes.
Yeah.
You know what other awards are coming out pretty soon? That's the Youth Media Awards. Last year, you and I were actually in Seattle to
Yeah.
watch it happen live.
Yeah.
Here, we're just going to have to read it.
We were too
We're
tired.
just going to have to
at
read it
the
like
end.
schlubs.
So much walking.
I know.
So much walking in the cold.
I know. So much cold walking
Yeah.
that not even Emilio Estevez
Yeah.
could make
It
me
was
less tired.
always
I had to buy new shoes.
too cold to enjoy walking, but not cold enough to bundle up.
Yeah.
It was strange.
It was.
Very windy.
It was a
It's
strange,
the Windy City.
A
That's
strange
what they call
and windy
Seattle.
time. I don't think that's
The
it.
Windy City by
I
the
don't
sea.
think so. I don't think so. Let's look at the old New York Times bestseller list, my friend.
All right.
It's been a while, so maybe there's change. Maybe there's new things. Maybe there's new or old things. You're not sure?
I know the answer. Do you
Oh.
want me to tell you now? Nothing new.
Really?
Yeah, in the 3 weeks it's been since we've done this.
All right.
Number 10 is The
I-
Dutch House by
All right.
Ann Patchett.
Yeah, Patchett.
Number 9 is Twisted 26 by Janet Ivanovich.
Snore.
Number 8 is The Water Dancer by Ty Nahisi Coates.
I do want to read that.
Number 7, A Minute to Midnight by David Baldacci.
Nope.
Number 6, Blue Moon by Lee Child.
No thanks.
Number 5, The Testaments by Margaret Atwood.
Pass.
Number 4, Crisscross by James Patterson.
Probably
Number
someday.
3, A Big Old Hole in Somebody's Stocking, The Institute by Stephen King. Number 2, The Guardians by John Grisham. And number 1, Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia
Crawdads
Owens.
is back?
Yeah.
Oh.
I tell you what, this was some Christmas shopping right
Yeah.
here. Some Christmas
I wasn't
BS.
sure what you were going to say
Yeah,
when you
I
started there. We almost lost our clean rating.
Yeah.
You know what we didn't do at the top of the show? Say what our topic today was going to be.
Yeah.
Would you care to tell them?
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Golden Globes,
Yes.
movies come out every year.
That's true.
And 2020 is going to be no exception, provided we make it all the way to 2020. Who
Mhm.
knows?
Yeah.
With the way the world is.
We're in
have
2020
you seen
right
the
now.
news today? Oh,
Hey,
boy.
Okay. All right.
That's a
All
song.
right. I know.
Oh, okay.
I know. I just wanted to stop you before things got
From quoting a...
unpleasant.
But anyway, we're going to be talking about the page-to-screen adaptations that are coming out in
That's
2020.
true.
20 years ago was the year 2000. Was a bad year for movies. If you look back, there's some highlights for me specifically,
Mm-hmm.
Gladiator and X-Men. But you look through that year, and it's like Gone in 60 Seconds, the Nicolas Cage one.
All right. Yeah.
Perfect Storm, Mission
With Marky
Impossible
Mark.
2.
Oh.
And so like those were
I
like,
saw that in theaters. I
yeah,
remember it very
yeah,
clear.
Those
Yeah.
were the big summer movies. So like that was rough. But 2010 was pretty good. I think that was the year we got. Oh, you know what? I might be wrong. I might be thinking 2011. When did Toy Story 3 come out?
I don't know.
Look, the point is, the 10s can sometimes be a little iffy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the change of a decade. I read Matthew Vaughn once said that a decade doesn't really start to take its like pop culture shape until about a little bit past the halfway point. It's like 2026 and 2027. We'll know what the 2020s are about.
Okay. All right. So in about 2006, were you like, oh, no.
Yeah. I think we knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
X-Men: The Last Stand.
Yeah.
The third Pirates movie.
Yeah.
We knew what decade we were
Hey,
in.
I appreciate you not saying Superman Returns.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for keeping that
What
off
a
the list
strange
just for
decade.
me. All right, so let's look. I'm going to be pulling some here from deadgoodbooks.co.uk. They've got a nice list
Hey,
here that encompasses quite
I
a
guess
few
you could
things,
say
but-
our foresight is 2020.
Ah. Okay. Are there any? Let me ask you this first. Are there any that you're actually excited about? Are there any of these page-to-screen adaptations that you know of that you're excited about?
Oh, I don't.
Because I asked you this the other day, and it was a
Yeah.
real downer. I asked you.
Did
if
you just call this morning the other day?
Was that today?
That was today.
No.
Look, I'm not really excited
I
for
don't
anything
know.
coming out this year.
I know.
Movie-wise, I
Yeah.
went through the list, and there's just like, I think
Not excited.
I think 2019 had some real disappointments for me, and 2020, I'm hoping to be surprised.
I
Wonder
feel
Woman, I guess Wonder Woman is the one.
Yeah,
I'm most
that's
excited
true.
for.
Wonder Woman's exciting. I really feel like we're in this place now where nothing would surprise me as far as like movies that came out. Like, you want a sequel to the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? You got it. You know what I mean? Like nothing
Yeah.
like that would surprise me. Why don't we start with the superhero movies that are coming out?
Oh, all right. Well,
All right. So first up, we have the Birds
Birds
of
of
Prey.
Prey.
I'm not going to say that subtitle.
Birds of Prey
Don't
and
say-
the
I'm not gonna say it. I'm
wacky,
not gonna say it.
tobacco
It's not-
fun
it's
time
not
party
No.
zone with Harley Quinn played by Margot Robbie.
That's right.
Why didn't you just make a Harley Quinn movie?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so it's Harley Quinn as Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. We have Journey
Harley
Smollett
Quinn
Bell
is Margot Robbie.
as the Black Canary, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress, Rosie Perez as the Question, and Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. And that's fun casting. I am a little excited about that. Birds of Prey, of course, a long-running popular series. The core group usually is Batgirl / Oracle, Barbara Gordon, with Black Canary and Huntress. So Harley Quinn being in there is
I guess it's just like
whatever it is, I guess.
If I was super stoked for like a Fantastic Four movie, but it was called like Fantastic Four and Deadpool's wacky tobacco fun
Right.
time party zone
Yeah,
adventure.
you wouldn't be that thrilled.
Yeah. Though I don't know in what universe I'm super excited for this Fantastic
Yeah, I
Four
wonder.
movie.
You said that, and I was curious. But anyway, Birds of Prey is coming out in February, and then dare I say, I know you're gonna take issue with this, but the New Mutants is scheduled for April 3rd, 2020.
Again, it was scheduled at one point for 2018.
Yeah.
Do you remember 2018 was supposed to be like the year of like X-Men movies?
Yeah.
We were going to get Deadpool 2,
Yeah.
New Mutants, and Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
And it all fell apart in our
Yeah,
hands.
Sure did. It sure did.
So,
yes,
yeah,
they keep
I won't
pushing
believe
it
it.
back.
Apparently it's going to be in theaters. The reshoots they said they were going to do to make it scarier never took place. So I don't know what we're getting. Just put it out. Just please. It's like
I've heard rumors that they've kind of removed everything that ties it to the X-Men
Yeah.
movies to make it sit a little better.
I don't know
For
what
whatever
that's supposed to
they
do
wanna-
for me.
I
but
don't know.
At
I don't
this
know either.
point, it's like just take Old Yeller out back to the shed, put a bullet in him
Yeah.
so we can just live our GD lives without Old Yeller.
We have Marvel is putting out Black Widow.
Yeah, that looks
That's
good.
coming out May 1st.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's based on any particular Black Widow story. I haven't
There's-
seen.
There's a few, I can't remember the writer that came out in like 2004 that were very good that dealt with her her past and everything. And I'm not sure if that's it. So
Okay.
it might just be like elements
Just in
of
yeah.
Black Widow stories.
Same with
coming in.
and Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out
Yeah.
in
that's
June
exciting.
of 2020. I am excited about that. Again, I don't think that's based on any existing Wonder Woman story though. I
No,
think that's
I mean
just
Brother Eyes in it.
characters.
So
Is that weird Jared Leto movie coming
Morbius
out?
movie? Is that
Morbius.
this year?
I think so.
Oh,
I think that and Venom are supposed to be this year.
No, Venom, not Venom. There's no Venom 2.
Oh.
Oh, wait, is Venom 2 this year?
Collider lists Venom 2 is coming out October 2nd,
Oh, okay.
2020. So
Well,
I don't know.
I guess I'm weirdly interested to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Bringing in Woody Harrelson as Carnage. We'll
Yeah.
see.
And then finally we have The Eternals, a Marvel movie coming out November
Yeah.
6th, 2020. So of those, what are you most excited about?
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, me too.
Wonder Woman 1984, or as I'll call it, Wonder Woman 2020.
Wonder Woman 1984, yes. And I am excited if New Mutants ever happens, because I mean, those X-Men movies I just love. And so if New Mutants comes out and has any kind of that feel, I'm anticipating New Mutants. How about that?
I haven't even watched the trailer.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore.
And you know what? I was real like, we don't need a Black Widow movie after like the story arc of that character.
Yeah.
But the previews kind of did it for me.
Yeah.
I was kind of interested in it. So
Yeah.
who knows? But anyway, that's Page to Screen Superhero Edition. So let's take a look at some of the other things that are coming your way.
Okay, my way.
Yeah, you got anything you want to mention?
The Rhythm Section by Mark Burnell is being turned into a movie
Yes.
with
Blake
Jude
Liv-
Law and Blake Lively.
Yeah.
I think when we read the description from this book on the New York Times bestsellers list, it said like tries to put her life together after her friends died in a plane crash, and I was like, okay, this is like an out for revenge, like real gritty, Born Identity, Atomic Blonde kind of vicious
And
thing.
I actually think that the reason why we remember this one is because it was supposed to come out in 2019.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm pretty sure we talked about this
Maybe.
one as Page to Screen 2019.
It looks like more in line with the girl with the dragon tattoo
Yeah.
than the I don't know, like the coming of age story I thought it was from that New York
Yeah.
Times description. So there's that one. Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan are in Just Mercy. I saw a trailer for this as well.
I did too. It looks like it'd be an upsetting story, but
Yeah.
the powerful true story from lawyer, activist, and writer Brian Stevenson tells the shocking tale of Walter McMillan, a black man with a white girlfriend who gets framed for murder.
Yeah.
All right, so we already covered the rhythm section.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly looking forward to The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn.
That's going to be
even though-
Hulu?
Is it? I haven't heard.
The Woman in the Window. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but it has Amy Adams as the main character.
That's the thing. That's the thing that I'm just like, ugh. I don't like that casting. Like, it sort of makes sense, but Amy Adams just did Sharp Objects, which is another of this sort of,
Yeah.
dark mystery genre. And so to have her turn around and
When's
do
Kate
this one again-
Beckinsale going to get her
I think
woman
I
who
would've
drinks
gone-
a little bit too much
Yeah.
and witnesses something?
I think she's made like 30 of those movies, but yeah, I think I would have gone a little older than Amy Adams. It's just a
Oh.
different type. I don't think
older.
Yeah, I don't think. But anyway, I did enjoy this book very much. That's coming out at some point this year.
Joe Wright directed Hannah.
I never saw
Hannah
it.
wasn't great. Atonement, I heard, is good.
I'm curious
Julianne
about.
Moore.
Yeah,
Gary Oldman. How does he see?
they can't. I don't know if the Amazon Jack Ryan series has sort of bolstered the belief that it's possible to make Tom Clancy
Strange.
movies, but they are doing an adaptation of Without Remorse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be Michael B. Jordan as John Clark. So John Clark, I don't know, was kind of a side character in the Jack Ryan stories. He's been in. I think he's in. Is he in Rainbow Six? John Clark. He is.
I was 19 when I
Okay.
read that
Well,
book.
Anyway, so
That was a long
it's
time
set
ago.
in that universe, but not a part of that. But anyway, Michael B. Jordan's playing John Clark, an ex-Navy SEAL turned CIA type who's hell-bent on vengeance after his girlfriend is murdered by a drug kingpin in Baltimore. So who knows? I don't really think there's a
You know
market
what?
for
I
Tom
did see
Clancy
that happen on
movies,
The
but-
Wire.
Did you?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I think I'm the only one who liked that Chris Pine Jack Ryan movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure Keira Knightley did either.
I don't think she did.
No.
No, nobody liked the Ben Affleck one. That I'm sure of.
No.
So,
That was like 2002.
but I'll tell you what, I saw
Yeah.
both of those movies in theaters.
Hmm.
The Ben Affleck one and the Chris Pine. So
Yeah.
maybe I have
You
to see
love
this.
Jack Ryan.
But I haven't seen the Jim Halpert version of it. What's his real name?
The Office.
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
That's it.
Death of the Nile by Agatha Christie comes out in October. So this is a sequel to the 2017 Murder on the Orient Express. So you got Kenneth Branagh playing.
Which weirdly I have not seen. To this
Perot-
day, I have not seen this
Poirot
movie.
again. Yeah, that's fine. If you
Yeah.
know the ending to
I
Orient
don't.
Express. Oh,
I
okay.
don't.
Well, that's fine.
I don't.
Okay.
You think I'd like it?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, thanks.
It was
for,
okay.
Thanks for considering.
It had a lot of weird green screen
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of time for Ray, the actress Ray. She
yes.
plays Ray. Help me.
Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley, whom I'm yet to convince is going to have much of a career outside of Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, what was she in before?
Nothing. I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer was good in Death
Ooh.
of the Orient Express.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Michelle Pfeiffer. She's one of my all-time favorites. Amy Adams is also going to be in the adaptation of Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh yeah, that's
which was,
happening.
do you remember that? That's
that
the
was
memoir.
that was one of the most gifted books according to Amazon.
Absolutely. And it was on the nonfiction bestseller list forever.
Yeah.
Not quite Where the Crawdads Sing,
Yeah.
time, but a very long time.
Yeah.
But I think that's a
I just
Netflix
drive
thing.
around with my window down and I get the idea.
Yeah. I'll tell you one that I am kind of excited about.
Oh,
and that's
jeez.
Rebecca. They're remaking Rebecca with Lily James
are you on
and
this
Armie
list?
Hammer.
This is a
Sorry, I'm just.
Okay.
Yeah, have you ever seen the original, like the Hitchcock Rebecca?
No.
It's got a really nice, like eerie vibe.
Mm.
You know, it's not scary, but it just gets you. I don't know.
Okay.
It gets under your skin, I guess.
Right.
And the other one that's based on the novel by Daphne du Maurier, the one with Rachel Weisz that just came out, My Cousin Rachel, I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
Same kind of vibe. You know, you're just kind of
Okay.
like, what is the deal with
Right.
this? But anyway, yeah, they're making a new Rebecca. So see what you think about that. Are you excited?
I mean, I'll meet the new Rebecca.
You will.
But she's probably same as the old
Yeah,
Rebecca.
maybe.
And I
maybe.
won't get fooled again.
You got it's crazy. You got any others on here that you're interested in? Sorry,
that I'm
I gotta
interested in?
not frame it that way.
Yeah. I don't know. What else is coming out?
Did you know that they're adapting Leigh Bardugo's stuff, the Shadow and Bone trilogy?
I did not. Who's Ben Barnes and some
Yep.
Broadway producer? I don't know what that is.
Yep.
Have
you
P.S. I Still Love You, which is the sequel to All the Boys I Loved Before,
Oh,
is coming to Netflix because that was a Netflix movie.
interesting.
So that's cool. That's a YA book.
Uh-huh.
Stephen King, apparently The Outsider,
Yeah, The Outsiders
is getting an HBO series.
Yeah, with
With
Jason
Jason-
Bateman.
yeah.
That's the thing. Like the
And-
previews look good, but I found that book so disturbing that I stopped.
And
so
Ben Mendelsohn. I don't know why they... This article is saying Ben Mendelsohn from Bloodline.
oh,
But that's not what... I mean, at
Interesting.
this point, he's just in lots of other stuff.
right, yeah, pretty prominent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I could watch
Yeah.
that. Because
Agatha Christie has another thing happening.
Really?
The Pale Horse.
I don't know that one.
It is coming to... Can tell you. BBC.
Okay. Oh,
Henry Lloyd Hughes from Killing Eve, Bertie Carvel from Dr. Foster, Sean Putri from Elementary, and other people are in this movie.
starts with a curious letter found in the shoe of a dead woman. I mean, it's a good hook.
Yeah.
It's a good start.
I often leave postcards in my shoes.
And then die?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. That was
The
a
trick
twist.
is don't put a stamp on them. And
Do
then it's
you-
somebody else's problem.
Yes, that's true. Do any of these seem like they're going to be like it? They're going to be a big deal?
This is a weak list.
I think it is a weak list as well. Yeah.
I don't know.
And I mean, I looked at several lists to try to like
Mhm.
get the cream of the crop, and it just seems like maybe it's not
Look,
the year for it.
Every like Christmas when we're traveling, I have my wife go online while I drive, and she goes through all the movies that are going to come out that year.
Mm-hmm.
And she did it this year, and I was just left very underwhelmed
Mm.
and not too thrilled.
Hmm.
So I don't know what 2020 is going to do. So again, who knows? 2001, almost as bad as 2000.
Really?
Cats and Dogs, Jurassic Park 3, maybe Fast and the Furious 1.
Hmm.
It was a rough year
Okay.
for movies.
Do you got a favorite year for movies? You keep throwing all these bad ones out there.
Oh, yeah. I love 2002 was pretty good.
Okay.
We had Spider-Man. We had Attack of the Clones, which at the time was a good time in the theater.
You know, there was a time when that was my favorite.
But then once you walked out, Men in Black 2 was kind of fun. There were anyway, 2002 was good. 2003 was pretty fun,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what you like. 1997 is a killer year too. So 93 was like a big year for the box office,
Wow.
not just because of Jurassic Park, but other things.
Exciting times.
Yeah.
Exciting times in the world.
1986, I was born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1986, huh?
Yeah.
So long ago.
Okay,
A weird-
83.
A weirdly long
Mr.
time ago.
83 over
I'm
here.
fine with it though. I'm comfortable with it.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm also good. with
Yeah, are you
86.
really?
I'm good.
Are you?
Yeah.
So say your age out loud.
This is the decade I'm turning 40. This decade, I'll turn 40
Me
years old.
too. That's a decade though.
I know, but it just kind of like shocked me to think about that. Like, oh, in 2026, I'm turning 40 years old.
That's not long from now.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't think I didn't
I'm
know.
I'm 3
I
years
started
away.
having my midlife crisis New Year's Eve.
Okay, you started having your midlife
Well,
crisis like 4 years ago. So let's
that's
just
true.
pack that
Yeah.
away for now.
30 was my midlife
I
crisis.
guess so.
Oh, darn.
All right.
Well, at least
Um,
I don't have to live to 70.
Yeah.
Get
What
all-
about regarding Henry? I mean, I know he
What?
didn't. I know he
I
didn't.
like the guy.
I know he
He's
didn't.
fine.
I know he didn't direct it, but J.J. Abrams wrote regarding Henry
What is that?
with Harrison Ford.
No.
He
no
gets
idea.
shot in the head and then is suddenly nice. Okay.
Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Is that how they got him to come back for
I guess
Star
so.
Wars? He got shot in the head.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
guess.
Yeah, all right, I'll come back for Star Wars.
Wait, he also wrote. J.J. Abrams also wrote Forever Young, like the Mel Gibson vehicle, Forever Young.
You know what? There is
Wow.
another page-to-screen adaptation. Thank you for reminding me.
J.J. Abrams wrote Armageddon? Like Bruce Willis Armageddon?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Another page-to-screen adaptation
That's
this year coming
crazy.
out is actually like a kid's film, Call the Wild, starring
Okay.
Harrison Ford and
Yes.
a CGI dog. So doesn't look good at all.
Oh, that's right. Call the Wild.
when I saw Call the Wild starring Harrison Ford, I'm like, oh, this could be fun. But then I saw the trailer. I'm like, oh, this is for children and people who aren't creeped out by CGI dogs with like eyebrows to express. And it's just like I don't get it. I don't get why you put all that money in to make a CGI dog for a film nobody's gonna go see.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll be wrong, but it does not look good. Especially because if you put Harrison Ford in a movie about a man and his dog, but there's not an actual dog, it's a CGI dog, so you know that Harrison Ford is just acting by himself.
To be fair,
where's the warmth?
Harrison Ford's just been acting by himself since 1994.
But like when Chewbacca is there and like holding his head and patting
That's
him down,
true.
that's fun. I don't know. It's just you don't go see a dog movie because you want to see a CGI.
It's
a
true.
bad
It's a
CGI
very
dog.
weird choice.
You want to see like a real dog.
Did they learn nothing from The Lion King? That's my question.
Well, that movie it was like the second highest grossing movie of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that.
Sorry, man.
So bad and so dumb and so boring.
Sorry, man. It's Trump's America.
That's 2.
Oh.
All right. I think that's going to do it for this week on the All the Book Show. You put me in a bad mood now.
Because of The Lion King?
No. All right. We'll see you next week, everyone.
Well, that's it.
Yes.
Hold on. Other
That's
movies
it.
made money.
That's done.
Other movies.
Goodbye.